listeners, how do you do? This is my podcast and it's just for you. It's called TED Talks and it's a load of shite, but I hope you enjoy it because I've kept it like it's about an hour long and all about Teesside, the people, the places and the Boro pride.
Now then, it is episode 84 of TED Talks, the TED Hanky podcast. Things are ticking over nicely. Everything's moist. I love it, Mala, do you?
Well, it would be, wouldn't it, Ted, if you weren't in loads of trouble again?
Oh, mate, listen, it's not funny. I'm in big trouble, podcast listeners, and I don't know why. I really don't know why. I've got a ban, haven't I?
Yeah, well, right, this is why you listen to this on a CB radio. I told you, right, we did make a minute out of him the other week, but they saved our life, haven't they, them lads? They've come in with the radios and stuff.
Yeah, that's right.
He's only got a bat off Facebook, didn't you?
Yeah, I don't, honestly, genuinely, I don't know why. Mala came up and said something about violating, which is a fucking strong word, violating community guidelines. What do you think I did? Went round the local community centre and had a shit in the flower bed.
Yeah, tell you what it is.
Because I did.
It's the duck conspiracy, because we did it on your platform, didn't we? So they took you down. I told you, people, they'll get you. It's the big brothers out there and they're watching, and the first wave of attack they're doing is by Facebook. So be careful.
Face duck.
Yeah, well,
if you didn't listen to last week's show, A, you're a knobhead, and B, what happened was we were talking about Mala's duck conspiracy. So you're saying that the reason why I'm banned off Facebook is the ducks weren't happy last week and they've had a word with Mark Platypus, or what he's called.
No, it's not the ducks that aren't happy, is it? It's the CIA, I've told you. They're trying to get rid of ducks, aren't they? So they're trying to turn us against ducks. Do you know what I mean?
Right.
It's all stuff like that in. So we uncovered that and then they've cut you off because it's massive, man. It'll all kick off.
I'm dead annoyed, Mala, because I got this. It just came out of nowhere saying you are banned from liking, messaging, sharing, poking. I don't know if you can still poke on Facebook or not.
They took poking off, but you are allowed to reach around nowadays.
Yeah. You're allowed to tickle. Yeah. I'm banned from doing that for 72 hours. So by the time this podcast goes out, because we record this on a Sunday, my ban will be up for that. But it's saying I'm not allowed to go live on Facebook for 30 days, right? But we've got a way around it for our live show, which I'll touch on later. But why are they doing this to me? I've not even done anything. I think it's about sharing graphic sexual content. I've not shared any fucking dirty.
I tell you what it is, right? This is probably what's happened. I mean, Ted, before we go on with this, though, right, as you know, I get banned from Thornaby Town Centre all the time, like 72-hour ban, when I do some pinching.
And you walk around in your underpants, that's why.
I get banned for 72 hours or like a week and I'm not allowed to go in, so don't worry about it. It's sound. You can go somewhere else and that's what you should do, go to another platform, maybe. But, yeah, you're right. And I think the sexual content, though, Ted, right, is, when you were jumping on the bed the other day,
yeah,
loads of birds have been smashing themselves silly over that.
Oh, yeah, that's a good point, yeah.
Facebook went, hey, get that sexy fucker off my telly, and that's what's happened.
Yeah. My fingers have gone dead wrinkly from too much thwapping. Because that happens, Good if you've ever done that for a long time. I get wrinkly fingers, me.
Yeah, that's right. When I was in the porn industry, that was my job. I used to have a hairdryer, so I'd have to dry the fingers out. If they were doing
you were in charge of finger reinstatements.
Finger
replenishment.
Man in the business.
Hey, you don't want to get fingered by Mala. Oh no, I forgot about that, Mala. Yeah, you would have good job. Yeah, but listen, I'm dead annoyed by it. I really am, because I generally don't have a clue what I've done. And you can't even, this is the worst bit. It says, if you want to appeal, click here. It took me fucking ages to circumnavigate the website to find a way to appeal. And the only way you can appeal is through Facebook Messenger. And my Messenger doesn't work. They blocked that as well. So I started this appeal, and I've got this woman called Eileen or something going, hello there, Mr. Hanky. Yeah, this is how she would talk if she wasn't words. on the screen. Going, hello there, Mr. Hanky. Are you there? Okay, do you want to do the appeal? Right, if you're not there, I'm going to have to hang up. Right, you're not answering, so I'm going to have to cancel the appeal. And then I get a fucking survey to fill out on the service, and I can't even fill that in to say it was shit.
Well, you should have just had this back and just went, come on, Eileen. And then when she says the next bit, you go, you know what I mean? And then
I should have just sent a video of it of me just going, Eileen, July, and I'm clapping like, Eileen,
I've noticed nowadays that free speech isn't really free speech anymore, is it? You know what I mean? Like back in the day, like I could say whatever I wanted, and if I got a bat, I got a bat. Fair play. Do you know what I mean? That's how it worked. Nowadays, it's like, you can't say unless we want you to say. I mean, who decides? Facebook are like, it's our ball, so we'll go home. You can only do what we think's right. Well, I don't think some of their stuff's right anyway.
Mate, they're absolute fucking bell whiffs. And I hope Zucken Tits or whatever he's called listens to this. Listen to me. You might be rich, right? And you probably do have technology that even listens to me recording this before I've recorded it, right? But I'm going to knock you out, mate, if I ever see you, because banning me off Facebook, that's a kick in the bollocks. That I've got nearly 7,000 followers who rely on my pure wit and charm and strong looks to get them through the day, and you're ruining it for them now by not letting me on.
Well, you know them. I've seen the movie. There's them two lads that you nicked it off, so you're a nicker anyway.
Oh, them Dap brothers.
So I'm going to go and get them lads, them two big lads, posh lads with the big E's and that. And they were rose, so they'll be dead hard, and they're going to give me a bat.
Yeah.
They're for you, don't they?
Yeah, they do, mate. You know, you fucking weedy looking twat. Well, honestly. So, honestly, Zuckerberg, me and you, if I ever see you, we're going to have it out. And if don't ever come to the Griffin. I'm warning you now.
You better not dare go to the Griffin. You go to the Griffin. You would never even been in Thornaby, have you? I'm telling you now. Ted, don't anger me, because don't think about Zuckerberg going to the Griffin. Won't be having that. I tell you what, right? If you do go to the Griffin, though, like the shop next door, stop and get some backy, Zuckerberg, because you've got loads of money, haven't you?
Yeah, he's got loads of money, but all he wears is like, I've got a beige shirt on and Cheetos. Fucking get some class clothes on you, man. You know what I mean? Get some Jim King on or something.
Well, here we go. We can, Zuckerberg, right? Come to Boro. We sort you out, won't we, Ted? You go to Psych. You can buy me some backy from the one-stop shop, and then we'll go for a pint and sort it all out in the Griffin. In fact, let's have a meeting, right? This is right. This is what we should be doing, Ted. Like, this is what adults solve the problems. If you've got a problem, let's have a sit-down meeting. I've seen it in this movie called The Godfather, and they all sit down. We can do that in the Griff. I'll get the crew together, and you get Zuckerberg over here.
And I'll get the horse's head ready.
And your man, Andy Preston, the mayor, he'll be, they can use Teesside Airport, because he loves bumming Teesside Airport, doesn't he?
Yeah, he does,
Teesside Airport, and then a Boro taxi can pick you up and bring you straight to the Griffin. We'll have our meeting, and you can get me that backy. And maybe we might have from the pizza shop that's next to that one. Maybe we'll have a bit of food, and then maybe like you can show us some class stuff on Facebook, because I'm sure he's got some, and Ted.
Yeah, and he's got one of them really nice, Asian wives as well. He can show us her.
Yeah, well, of course you can, and then we'll take him back to Teesside Airport. He can go on, and we'll be mates again. That sounds all right, doesn't it?
Or the alternative is just remove the ban and we'll forget all about it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I tell you what, right? I'm going to put a time on this, Ted. You've got 30 days to sort this out, otherwise you're getting a bat.
It's already sorted in 30 days. Unless in the next, when I'm allowed to start posting things on Tuesday, I just go mad and start putting loads of close-ups of me knackersack on and stuff like that.
Well, they wouldn't even be able to tell what it was if it's so close-up. I might do that anyway.
Yeah. Can you guess what this is? It's just like Malice gooch. Oh, it looks like a big row of weeds. Yeah, it's Malice gooch. So Zuckerberg, he can kiss my nutsack.
Ted,
you know what I mean?
Ted, I think now we're on this, right? Right. Why don't we sort it all out? Right. I think we should have a world meeting of leaders in the Griff. Right, think about it. Why else wouldn't you pick anything? It's equidistant, right? It's equidistant from Stockton to Boro, isn't it? The Griff.
Yeah.
Like that's where you'd stop for a pint. If you were in Stockton High Street and you had to go the long way round into Boro, you'd stop at the Griff, wouldn't you?
yeah.
It's equidistant between them two places, right? It's close to the airport, and all the world leaders know where it is. So, like, they'll all come in. It's got a food shop next to it. It's got, like, and there's a smoking area, class smoking area, because they all like the big cigars and that.
Dogging congregation round the back, congregation,
right, and there's some proper handy lads knocking around in the Griff so there can be security, right? So I'm thinking, right, we get Zuckerberg, we get Musk, you know, the lad who's knocking out them daft cars.
Yeah, well, he's buying a spaceship,
He has a spaceship, him, Andy Preston will love that, right? We'll get Zuckerberg, right? We'll get Preston, we'll get, who else are we bringing to this?
Trump.
No, he's gone now, hasn't he?
Yeah.
He's gone now, so we'll have to get the other lad.
What about him who owns all them fences? Bill Gates.
Yeah, he can bring his mate Mikey Soft with him.
See how good this is on the show. You get quality comedy.
Right, we'll get all them lads round, right? And I like Michelle Obama as well, so she can come. Not Barack, like he can fuck.
Can we swap Michelle Obama for Michelle Keegan?
No, I like Michelle Obama. Me, I reckon she'd be wicked.
Well, I'll have Hillary Clinton then, because we, she'll be up for letting me put cigars up her ass. So that wasn't it? Her husband must have done it to her as well.
Yeah, that's right. And we'll tell you what, right? We'll do this yearly, and then we'll invite all the heads, and we'll call it a conference. You know, I think there's one called the Bilderberg Group, right? That does that, and all the head leaders. We'll call it the Bilderbong Group, right? And it's the Bilderbong Group, and it has to be done in the Griffin yearly.
Or we'll call it the Build a Bongo Group, and we're going to rebuild the bongo in Thornaby, and these guys are all going to pay for it. And then let's class, because they can all have loads of prozzies, get loads of cheap gear and that, because it is Middlesbrough, and all go shopping in Psych. Makes perfect sense now. It's an ideal drop-off spot as well, the Griff as well, because it's got that beer garden that isn't quite a beer garden, it's just wooden tables on the pavement outside, and they've built a fence around it, so you can just go, hey, go, mate, and just pop it over the fence. It doesn't mean you're stepping into the property and dealing on the property. You just got to reach over the fence.
Like there's a Spitfire, right? Isn't there on that roundabout?
Yeah.
So that'll like warn off. Like if any enemy planes are above, they'll be like, "Hey, there's the conference centre," and they'd be like, "Hey, you fuck off! We've seen that Spitfire down there. They're class." And they'd fuck off, wouldn't they? So there'd be no bombing it.
Yeah, if you're unfamiliar with that part of Thornaby, there is an actual life-size model of a Spitfire on the roundabout near the Griffin as well. And amazingly enough, no one has climbed in it and had a shag that I know of.
I've just thought of this as well, Ted. We can use the brims to stick them all in. You know, the house and estate.
Oh, do we have to?
We'll go stay in the brims as well, there, class.
Oh, do you know what? I remember playing Knocky Door Run in the brims and then poking a lass in the bush.
What, did you capture or something? And that was the punishment?
Yeah. Oh, great days.
It must have been the 80s if it was a bush anyway.
Yeah, obviously.
Welcome to the Antiques Roadshow, another fantastic show in store for you today. Lots and lots of fantastic items being brought to the table where we will be valuing them and hopefully seeing some people walking away with rather nice smiles. So first up, I've got two guys here from Teesside, Barry and Pybo.
Well, you know what I mean, like, this is Pybo and Barry, you know, like, we're offshore, mind. You know what I mean, kid? Well, you know, like, we've come up here, basically, because, the boy here wants to do some charity work.
Charity!
You know?
Charity!
Well, what it is we're offshore, you know what I mean? We've got the money, you know, like, we've got all the stuff.
Yes.
We've got, like, all the Brightlands, and nowadays the only time, you know, that you can get piped off in the Boro, mate, is if you do some charity work, you know what I mean?
Class, yeah. Listen, look at you, you'd have cards in your cardigan. You wouldn't dare just like that, would you, Barry?
Well, wouldn't want one of them on-shore cardigans. Hey, stop, hang on. We have to go live on Facebook, don't we, so everyone knows what we're doing. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm doing it now. Look,
you got that antiques guy. Hang on a second.
Hey, Cecil. Cecil.
Well, it's me and the boy, you know what I mean, doing a bit of charity work. Going to raise some money for the burn, you know what I mean? She got a bike nicked off our estate, didn't she, Pybo?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, we want to raise at least £5,000 to take her to Disneyland because her bike got nicked.
Well, and obviously if we don't put it on Facebook, you know what I mean, you lot are not going to know how good we are, so we're going to stick it on Amway, Pybo, you know what I mean?
That's right. And I want to let everyone know I'm watching live on Facebook. I'm dropping 8 balls off later on tonight to get your orders in.
Well, are you best about, you know what I mean? Best in town, best weekly. Hang on a second, you kid. Hey, Pybo, we could give her the bike back, you know, kid. Like,
yeah, you doubt it, man. I was all loads of stunts on it down the road when I was fucking wheels are buckled. The fuck?
Hey, you saying that, kid?
So you've brought this lovely item here to the Antiques Roadshow, and you want to see how much it's worth to raise money for charity. I think that's spiffing. I really do. Well, you know,
we use words like spiffing.
Well, you know what I mean. Spiffing. I think that is Pybo. Like you'll
spaff on his face.
You know what I mean. Well, you'll have to excuse the boy. He's not very educated. Me and the man know that is spaffing is the actual term when you just take your cock out of someone's anus, a lady's anus, and you let a little bit flow just straight inside in that night.
Important ladies, yeah, all over. Sometimes I like to do what I like to call the Spider-Man, where I'll just sort of like fire it off my wrist into the face, like that. You know what I mean? You like to do a monkey face, don't you, Barry? Where like you'll do a spaff on the face and pull your pubes out and throw it at them.
Well, I also like the umbongo, which is basically where you trombone yourself while smashing the balls off a nose, man. It's well.
yeah, I remember that. Oh, Mum said she loves that one.
Okay, so what? We can edit all that out. Yeah. So what have we brought to the table today, then, Barry? You'd like to open this rather charming box and let me know what's inside.
Well, you know what I mean. Wouldn't want one of your antiques, man. This ain't no antique. Have a look at this, like, you know what I mean. This is offshore.
I'll be walking around here today, and everyone's selling loads of old shit, man. You know what I mean? Fucking look at this, proper top of the range kit. This, like, you know what I mean?
It looks like a very modern watch. Hang on, let me just put my little eyepiece in.
You don't need that, does he, mate? Tell him what it is.
Hey, well, this is a pure Breitling offshore, man. You know, wouldn't want one of your onshore watches. You know what I mean?
Collector's item as well.
You would have to work 20 years to earn something like this, you know what I mean? Or you could sell all this old crap and you still wouldn't be able to afford this kid, you know what I mean?
So it's a Breitling. If you're familiar with Breitlings, it's a very popular make of watches for people who earn a lot of money tax-free offshore, I believe.
Yeah, you know what I mean? We're not saying it's tax-free, but we do a lot of charity work, don't we?
Charity, you know what I mean? Yeah, cost a fucking fortune, that's Cecil, I swear down. How much is it worth? Tell us now, I'm going to bang it out, you know what I mean? Because, like, you bought it for 12 grand, didn't you? And now, you lost the receipt, but you've had some extra diamonds put in, haven't you?
To be fair, to be honest, like, Pybo, you know what it is? Like, here, fella, I bought this for 12 grand, and it was only 10 grand, but I said to him, well, that's a bit cheaper, a Breitling mind. I'll give you the extra 2 grand, you know what I mean?
Tip, 2 grand tip, you know what I mean?
2 grand tip, you know what I mean? That's what it is. That's how we do it.
Right, okay, so, I mean, very, very, it's not a very rare piece. I've seen quite a few of these.
I'm telling you now, you ain't seen out like this, has he, Pybo? You know what I mean?
You haven't seen one of these before, you specky twat.
Yeah, get that certificate now. We've got a certificate here that says this has been worn by an offshore lad. Do you know what I mean? That trebles in value.
Yeah.
Have a look at that.
The documentation here is, it's handwritten in Biro. That's not very. I don't think that's quite
we've
a
got
certificate.
some Malmos bars as well. You know what I mean? We've attached them to the bottom just so you know what they are. That's the chocolate we eat offshore, man. But have a look. There's a Malmo bar. You can have one of them, kid.
Have a Malmo bar. Yeah, there you go. So, what do you think it's worth now with a Malmo bar?
I'm estimating it's still probably worth about I would insure this if I was you.
Insurance, shouldn't Doyle? I'm not paying insurance.
I was going to nick this man, do you know what I mean?
I'm going to take that off us. But back them more, me, you know what I mean? How much is it worth?
I'd insure it for 8,500.
Oh, hey.
Well, we paid $12, man. So I tell you what we're going to do here, right? Tell you what we're going to do, because it's for the here. Right, I'm back on Facebook Live here, because it's for the burn, you know what I mean? And we're doing charity work because we are charitable people. All right, everybody and you know what I mean? Pass it forward and all the rest of it. Because it's like this, right? We're going to take this $8,000 off this lad here for this Breitling, right?
Yeah.
But we're going to earn more money than this, aren't we? Because you're going to knock that out in gear, aren't you, kids? And you're going to make it into 50 grand.
I'll make up the shortfall in gear drop-offs, guaranteed. I might do a bonus ball. If you all want to pick a number, 50 quid each. Each number represents a gram, and I'll reveal in it, and you'll win 5 grams later on today. 50 numbers, £50 each. There you go. How about that, Barry? How close is that?
Well, the lad's doing well. Hey, you want some of that, don't you, kid? Hey.
Okay, so there we go. We've established the cost there.
Is there any of that posh flange knocking around here, you know what I mean? Because me and Barry thinking, like, while we're here, we might as well try and get stuck into some of that posh flange.
Do you know the ones that have, like walking jackets and hunters and that, hunters, and they're probably taking up the ash, you know what I mean?
Yeah, they've probably got, like, really big, airy fannies and that, but it's still moist and lovely and that, you know the type?
Like, they have Labradors, you know what I mean, kid? They go walking and they have, like, wax jackets and that, and they're going to come off the moors and they have to strip off in front of the fire. We've seen the movies, haven't we, kid?
We have, yeah. What are you doing? You're just staring at us?
Thank you, guys. We're going to go over to Mary now, who's in the manor with an old lady and a vase. Thank you.
I've seen that movie. Pybo, we've seen it.
Shite mind! Fucking hell, well. While we've been sort of getting really annoyed about, social medias, what I'd like to do is have a chat about the social media platforms, and I want to tell you my top 5 favourite social media platforms and why. How does that sound, Mala?
Yeah. Well, I only know 2, so I'll just chip in when I know them.
MySpace isn't around anymore, Mally. You can cancel your account on that now.
He must be still around. NASA still sends us messages on that.
Oh God, he's grooming you, honestly. Right, I'm going to tell you now. My out of the social media, I've only done the top 5, but these are probably the 5 most popular, excluding YouTube, because that to me isn't something you really do social media and you just put videos on and hope people watch them. So, in at number 5 for me is TikTok. Have you ever used the TikTok, Mala?
I've had loads of tick in my time. Usually I don't pay it and I get a bat. Is it similar?
That means you've took it. TikTok. That's an Irish one. Well, TikTok, mate, it's class, right? Or if you go on TikTok, right, it's full of Doyles, all miming like songs and comedy bits and voiceover, but it's also full of flange, and it's probably the greatest platform for flange you can get out there. It's full of lasses in tight little pants with camel's toes, nipple-ons, all dancing, all like doing seductive little poses and flicking their hair about and stuff like that. It is class. If you want to have a 30-second tug, TikTok is the one for you, mate, honestly, because it gets you there in 30 seconds. That's all you need, honestly.
If you want to have a quick talk, have a little look at TikTok.
That could be the new slogan. Yeah, we'll write that down. Yeah,
just grab hold of your cock and put on TikTok. I'll get right on that.
Mate, it's mint. You need to check it out. But you also get like a load of fucking idiots on it, right? You get like lads who do that thing, like where they've got the tops off and they sort of turn at the camera and they've put like they've got the forefinger and the thumb either side of the chin and they do that sort of look. Like that, as you say, yeah. And they'll have like a song over the background going like, "Why do all the girls want me? It's because I'm hard as fuck," and stuff like that. And they're doing all these poses. And for them, the great thing about TikTok is you can just leave them loads of abusive messages as well. Like, "Look at you big chin twat."
Well, yeah. Well, do you not get kicked off for that, like?
No, people give loads of abuse on TikTok. It's class. As long as you're not racist, homophobic, or transphobic, or anything like that. And even you can be, and you still get away with it, I'm told. But don't do it because it's not right. I see it happening all the time. And then people will share these like comments going, this guy said I look like a man, and stuff like it is. A woman is a man, though, but they get offended. Check it out. It's hard to describe.
Right, I'll put TikTok. Hang on, let me write that one down.
TikTok, write it down, mate. Then we move on to which I think is the beginning of TikTok. It started it all off for me, and it's Snapchat. I don't know what it's called, Snapchat. And the good thing about this is, like, it's great if you are in a no strings attached relationship or having an affair, because they can basically, you can send pictures between yourself and somebody else, and then they disappear once you've seen it. So it's not good. It's not good, like, if you're wanting to revisit pictures, even though you can screenshot it and they are notified about that screenshot. But it's good if you've got a strong wank bank facility like I have. So Alaska sends you a picture of a slice and you will remember that forever.
Well, yeah, that's right. I remember when I did on TikTok, on Snapchat, when I got a notification saying that my mum was like taking screenshots of mine, and I was wondering about why it was, and it was because I was Snapchatting myself nicking milk out the fridge, and then she was using it as evidence.
Oh, and you thought she was perving on you? Well,
I tell you what, right? You boys and girls, we are Teesside, we are proud, but you've got to be careful with this one, right? Because what happened to a friend of mine, right, is that like on that, there used to be like a tracking app where there'd be a little picture of yourself and it'd show you on the map where you were, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
On TikTok. And he was, on Snapchat, right? And he went, he was in a pub snuffling some bird, and his missus only found out because she looked and saw where he was, and he was meant to be at work.
It creates an avatar of you, doesn't it, and puts you on the map if you allow it. I always have a look to see what flange is kicking around in the area, but, you can't really work it out because they just look like cartoons.
No, yeah, and they all like make themselves look dead good on like avatars. Have you seen the ones on Facebook where they make their own ones where they're doing thumbs up and stuff on not on Facebook, on what's that one called? The other one, Ted?
Snappy Flap.
No.
TikTok.
No.
Instagram.
No. The one where you send me loads of class pictures of stuff. WhatsApp.
What slags?
Yeah,
what slags? Yeah. I've not put what slags on this one, but yeah, that's my number 4. In at number 3, it was probably number 1, but it's moved down to number 3 now. Facebook, because they're all cunts.
Well, yeah, you know me, right, Ted? And I think some other people around here might know now, but I don't like social media at all, so I don't really go on it, and I don't really have a look at anything except when I'm on with you. Don't I, Ted? Because I have to, because you give us a bat, don't you, if I don't?
I will, yeah.
But I don't really like it. And the reason I don't like it, right, is because I think people are too nosy nowadays, you know what I mean? Like when we see on Thursday loads of grassing going on, but it's turned us all into proper grasses. Do you know what I mean? I like not knowing what's happening. It's good. Do you know what I mean? I was perfectly happy before when I didn't know what China were getting up to.
Yeah. I don't want to know what scruffy mums are writing on Thornaby Alert. Hey, there's kids out knocking on doors. Hey, somebody here to the man who's walking that dog not on the lead and leaving dog shit. You know what I mean? Just fucking have a word with him yourself. Stop telling the world. Well,
there's only a couple of type of posts on there, isn't there? There's the, hey, look how mint I am post. You know that one?
Yeah.
There's the, hey, look at my new house post. You know, when they put like live life and love on the wall and that, and then take a picture and go, hey, class in my kitchen. Do you know what I mean? Stuff like that. Yeah. And then there's a like a picture, one where they've tagged themselves into the hospital and they don't say no, and they'll get what's wrong, hun, a million times underneath.
Inbox me, hun.
And lads are pure snakes. Do you know what I mean? Just me and my kids from now on.
Where can I get the best parmo from? Are the schools open on Monday? No, when your fucking kid goes to school, you scruffy cow. You know what I mean? Stop relying on other mums.
Yeah, top tip, Ted. Right, when on Facebook, when some bird goes, lads are poo snakes, it's just all about me and my kids from now on. I always message him because you know what that means. The lads have been booking around and they usually want a bit of action there.
They want a bit of sausage. They want a bit of pecker sausage, don't they?
That's what it is. Revenge and malice there. Do you know what I mean?
So, but you do that scouring on the fucking selling forums, you know what I mean? Hey, Ted, there's a lassie you're selling a sofa, she must be breaking up with her lad. The next thing, you're messaging in a picture of your balls. That's how it's done nowadays. Don't worry about it, everybody does it. And you know what I mean? I get 65% of my nookie from there, so... Well, I think it deserves to be at number 3 instead of number 1 because of not only the ban, but they removed the pork option and they added Facebook Marketplace. So therefore, it's dropped down automatically. Bring back the pork, you might climb up to second. In at number 2 is Twitter. Now, I've put Twitter in at number 2 because I have a really nice relationship with Twitter. I have some lovely followers who tweet me some mild abuse. Mally, Duncan, they all send me mild abuse on there, and I give it mild abuse back. We have a bit of crack, and it's good. And I've got about 1,700 followers on there, which isn't bad, but I don't really put the effort in on Twitter, and I'm going to start putting the effort in more on Twitter now because Facebook's a cunt.
So you're going to be all into Twitter?
I might get a bit into Twitter, yeah, but the problem is, though, the bigger you grow on Twitter, the more abuse you attract as well. And people can be really cruel on Twitter. I mean, incredibly cruel.
Well, but they can be, but that's why I've come off, because I'm sorry about being cruel here all the time.
Was that you?
Well, that was me. The masked Ellie Gonty, that was me.
Oh, you bastard. I was crying one night with one of them things you said about my teeth. I think it's got a lovely little bird logo as well, and we all like lovely little birds. And it's just... sometimes, right, you get into a nice little exchange with a celebrity, someone famous who might like something you've said or retweet it. I had a lovely little exchange with Keith Chegwin a few years ago, God rest his soul. But we became very close, and I was gutted when he passed away. But Twitter allows you to get close to celebrities that you'll never meet, and I like that because that's why I always message all the flange on Twitter, hoping one day it'll pay off.
Well, I came off Twitter because of the pressure, because it said, right, you can only use 280 characters or something like that, didn't it? Like when you're doing a tweet. And I don't even know that many letters. I only know the alphabet, and I don't know any more. I don't know where the other, 200 are coming from, because I don't know what, so I was like, I'm not having that.
It's confusing, isn't it, Mala?
Well,
we haven't got time for me to explain the linguists of the English lexicon. I don't even know what them words mean. I just read them. That's with Twitter. And then in at number 1 is Instagram. And that's not the dealing site, Instagram. I knew where you were going with that, Instagram. Hey, I think we've got a business idea there, haven't we? We could set up an Instagram copy, but it's just for drug dealers doing Facebook Lives and bonus balls of drugs, and then saying Instagram, message me now.
If you'd like that sort of thing, I mean, me and you really don't condone that, do we?
No, we don't, because
we're trying to get back on Facebook's good, but we better start saying, well, we don't like that sort of stuff, do we?
No, we don't. This is a disclaimer that none of the things mentioned in the show so far was by me or Mala.
No,
So Instagram's class, mate. It's class for perving on lasses and stuff like that. But the downside is you get a load of these influencers, you know what I mean? Look at me, I'm Sam Gowland down off Geordie Shore. I've just bought another house, living life, loving it, just off to Dubai, Anna, do some work. Where he's just sat on the beach, drink the cocktail. You're not, mate. You're just fucking showing off that you're on holiday and you've got money, and all of us twats in lockdown can't do anything, but you're breaking the rules. I hope you get COVID and your nuts fall off.
Well, all of that and the above. But what it is like, it's one of them, look at me fake life thing, isn't it? But like advertising and stuff like that on that Instagram. And that's what I don't really like. But when you were talking about influencers there, like I wanted to work for the beer company doing that, you know, like just sat in the pub and having a pint. And when they say, what you doing? I'm like, I'm influencing. Because people are going to see me having this pint and go, fancy a pint.
Just you with a pint of beer in your underpants.
Well,
influence.
That's actually why I got banned from Thornaby Town Centre last time, wasn't it? Because I was having that and he went, what are you doing? I went, I'm influencing. Hopefully this is trying to drive the economy, Mr. Policeman, because what's going to happen is they're going to see me here necking all this booze and they're going to go, I fancy a drink, and they're going to go into the offie and buy some booze, and that's going to bring up taxes, and that's going to pay for everybody's furlough, so leave me alone. And they just locked us up, didn't they? But still.
You did, yeah.
That's what an influencer does. Influence lifestyle, you know what I mean, Ted?
Yeah, I mean, I've had to sort of lock down a bit of my Instagram account because I just kept getting loads of messages. People had to make a group chats and stuff going, I got into a group chat with about 30 fucking 13-year-olds. I was like, for starters, I do not want to be part of this, you know, just because it could go wrong. I get accused of anything in there. And B, they were just talking loads of shite. They really were going, Ted, give us a wave and stuff like that. So I just left the group and blocked them all. So don't add me to anything like that again, or I will find you and I will nick your cars.
Yeah, well, I do, right, yeah. But yeah, I do like it though. It's like probably my favourite. It would be my number one, I think.
Yeah.
Because you just like looking at people's pictures, and it's like you pick
all the little video things to do at the top as well, you know, like the little circles you can press, and it's like either a video or a running of different pictures, like a slideshow.
Yeah,
I like that.
I follow on that, you know. I follow the notorious, you know, Conor McGregor. And he's class because he just does like loads of stuff where he's like, hey, look at me. Well, I am dead hard. And then like he gets knocked in a fight.
Yeah. You'll do nothing. You'll do nothing. I will, mate. I'll knock you out.
But he's
you done something. Get out, you daft bell with.
Well, I like that. Like that.
If you are listening to the show, Connor, I do apologise for that. And if you do want some lessons in MMA, me and Mala will show you the Thornaby chop. No chance.
Well,
you know what I mean?
Yeah, and also we've also got the belt snap. You know, like when your dad used to take the stuff off. Do that. Yeah, that works. That. Do you know what I mean?
And the sort of like fold your lips in so you're looking angry, like, and then go to do a backhand. Yeah.
Well.
And the snidey side mouth as well. We can just talk to your naughty snide mouth like that, and you'll be scared stiff.
You're not allowed to give the secret of side mouth away, Ted.
I won't give. Mate, I'm only giving the basic principles of side mouth away. Only me and you know the intrinsic laws involved with having a quality side mouth.
Yeah, tell you what though, right? With Instagram and all of that, right? Do you know what it is, Ted? It's just people like big dickheads in everyone thinks they're a comedian though, don't they? They're like in the show and they're like, hey, well, I am just going to do a dance and I'm going to put some music over the top of it, and like you're going to have to like it and think, oh, how class is he? But see, right, that's right, and people like that, don't they? Right, but when I get pissed and dance around in the Asdas, I get kicked out.
Yeah, you do. Because again, you're not wearing any pants, Mother. You know, and that can be quite disturbing to an old lady buying some fish fingers.
Well,
so yeah, but yeah, that's your top 5. TikTok, Snappy Flap, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. They are the top 5. Check them out, and check me out on them as well. I am on all of those platforms as at Ted Hanky Comedy. Yeah, you're not on any of them, are you, Mala? Because
and I never will be, because I am underground. Well,
you are. You're like Splinter, aren't you? Know the Turtles.
No, Splinter has a nicer house than me.
He's got a better dressing gown than you. Fucking hell. I can imagine you're more like that Krang, you know, that brain that lives in that man's stomach. Yeah, turtles. I don't know if that's how he talks. I imagine it.
Ted. Anyway, right? I've got to get off. You know what?
Yeah. Well, what are you doing? Are you influencing?
No, I tell you what. I've just been out there and I've been on Instagram, right? Yeah. And I've just messaged all the lads on there that were getting over for the meeting. Do you know what I mean? And Michelle Obama, she's coming, but I have to go check the quality of the Parmo from that place next to the Griff, so I better get myself off now. If it's 5 stars, she says she's on the way down.
Nice one, class. Yeah, you do that, mate. I'll listen. We will be. We're not meant to be having any drinks in there, but we're going to. So I'll meet you in the beer garden, and we'll have a little drink and that.
Yeah, hey, you see you later, podcasters.
See you, Mala. See you, Mala there, off down near the Griffin. He doesn't know that everything's shut. I just make out everything's shut, and we sit in the beer garden in the Griffin, and I just sort of like open tins of John Smiths and pretend I've been to the bar, and I charge him full price. Oh, what a fucking idiot. So that concludes another episode of TED Talks, the TED Hanky podcast. Thank you very much for listening. Please do share it with all your friends, family and pets to listen to the show as well. We're coming up close to 90 episodes, and I'm thinking about stopping the show at 90 episodes, but don't worry, we're just going to have a short break and come back with a new series, rebranded and a little bit sexier as well. We can't just keep going on non-stop doing all these episodes. We need to break it up, otherwise I'm meant to attract new followers, you know what I mean? As you know, Facebook, they kicked me in the bollocks recently. I am back on there now, but I can't do Facebook Lives for 30 days on there, but I can do them on YouTube and Twitch. So Thursday's show will be going out on YouTube and Twitch. I'll be sharing the links on my Facebook page. I'll be sharing them on Twitter. So please, you can still watch it for free. So Thursday's show, me and Mallow will still be going out free, and it'll still be on, be able to watch it via Facebook somehow as well. I'll figure it out, you know what I mean? So just keep an eye on my page, So a big thank you to my sponsors, Shoecake Comedy, Boro Fan TV, Last Stop to Edinburgh, and the George Pub and Grill. And just look after yourselves. Tune in next week. Hopefully see you on Thursday. And up the Boro and fucking believe.